Hi everyone! This is kind of an impromptu video, but a lot of people have been asking me to kind of give a tutorial on how I design my tapestry graphs for crochet. And so I thought I would just put a quick video out kind of explaining my process with it. I use my iPad and I use Procreate. So unfortunately, if you do not have an iPad with Procreate and an Apple Pencil, then I don't know if this tutorial is going to be super helpful for you, but this is how I do it. So yeah, the first things you're going to need are an iPad, Procreate, Apple Pencil, but you could probably do this on other like digital art platforms as well. Like honestly, you could probably do this on Microsoft Paint. All tapestry crochet really comes down to is pixel art. So that's kind of what we're doing when we're making them. So if you have your supplies, we can go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I have a blank canvas open. I'm going to go click on the wrench, click on the canvas, crop and resize, and then I'm going to go to settings, and then I'm going to change the dimensions to 1 by 1 pixel, and then I'm going to hit done, and now we have a 1 by 1 pixel. Then I'm going to go to my brush, and I already have a pixel brush here, you can see. I'm going to just select the monoline brush under calligraphy, and then select a white and fill it in. Then I'm going to drag down with 3 fingers onto the iPad, hit copy, go back to my brushes, hit the plus sign. Then I'm going to go to the shape tab, click on the shape source editor, hit import, and paste. So now we have our pixel pasted into our shape. We're going to hit done. We're going to go to the wet mix, bring our charge all the way down to 0, and then bring our pull all the way down to 0. Then we're going to go to the Apple Pencil tab, bring the opacity all the way down to 0, properties, we're going to bring our smudge all the way down to 0, and our maximum size all the way down to 0. And then you can go to About This Brush and change the name. I'll change my name to Pixel, hit done. If we open a new canvas, now we have a pixel brush. So that's the first step, is you need a pixel brush. Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna open up a canvas that is 100 by 100 pixels. So if you don't already have a 100 by 100 pixel, you can just hit plus and then click on the new canvas, this little plus sign next to new canvas, and you can customize how many pixels you want. I find that 100 by 100 works the best because the grid will line up perfectly with the pixels in the canvas. So now we have a 100 pixels by 100 pixels canvas. So from here, I am going to hit the wrench. I am going to go to the canvas tab. I'm going to turn on the drawing guide, and then I'm going to edit the drawing guide. And I'm going to turn the grid size all the way down. You can have it at 1 pixel, but I just move it all the way down to 0 pixels, it's the same. And then click done. And from here, you can see when we have our pixel brush selected, it will just fill in 1 pixel at a time. And here, you can go ahead and design your graph. So that's kind of like the first step I take in designing my graph. You can literally just draw right on. It makes it very easy. So when I'm actually designing my graphs, one thing I like to do is go into Procreate and just draw my design without using the pixel graph, and then I can take that drawing and kind of convert it into pixels. So for example, here is a seashell that I drew, and then here is a conversion to a tapestry graph. As you can see, that green is kind of where I already started. I already started making this graph, but it's huge and it's going to take me a while, so I've taken a break from that. But I converted it to pixels, as you can see. So another thing that you can do is search an image on Google. So for example, if I wanted to make a dancing bear, I can just save this image to my iPad and then click on the wrench in my canvas, hit add, insert a photo, and never mind all those pictures of my face. Click on the dancing bear, and now I have the dancing bear, and I can just kind of like trace over it. If I choose to do that, I don't obviously recommend stealing other people's art, but the dancing bear is kind of an established icon of the Grateful Dead and not really a novel concept. So obviously this isn't great. I'm gonna want to tweak it. I also have a pixel eraser brush that I can use to kind of change the pixels. From here, I can kind of tweak it and make the graph better. I kind of like to keep it in the bottom quarter so that I can see how many away from the edge I am. I can add color if I want. So a good way to keep track of the progress for the graph is to create a new layer and choose a contrasting color for whatever color you have in your graph. Bring the opacity of that layer way down, and then you can kind of keep track of your progress. So coloring over the rows that you have already done. Another tip I have is before you get started, I like to count how many across is my widest point and then how many tall, and then writing that number down. So here I have 47 across, and then I'll do +1 for the turning chain. So then I know that I need to make a chain of 48 for this graph. So yeah, that is how I design and kind of keep track of my crochet graphs whenever I am doing crochet tapestry work. Hopefully you found this helpful, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. I will be happy to answer them. And let me know if you found this helpful, and if you end up designing anything, please tag me if you do, because I would love to see your creations. And then you can turn your art into wearables if you want. You can go and check out this tutorial I have where I walk you through how to turn a tapestry graph into any wearable that you want. Let me know if there are any other tutorials you would like to see from me. If you want, you can follow me on my other socials at Viney_Maple, which is the same way it is spelled here. I will see you over there, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!